Good morning, students. Today we will take the chapter of the moment. Ishwaran, the storyteller. Ishwaran is a storyteller, and the writer of this story is R.K. Lakshman. R.K. Lakshman, full name is Rashipuram Krishna Swami Ayyar Lakshman. He is an Indian cartoonist, illustrator, and humorist. In this story, there are two main characters, Mahinder and Ishwaran, as it is very clear from the title. Ishwaran, the storyteller. Ishwaran is a storyteller. He is the servant of Mahindra. Ishwaran cooked for Mahindra, washed his clothes, and told stories to his master at night. When he told Mahindra about ghosts, Mahindra called him a crazy man. He was a good storyteller. Most of his stories were full of suspense and thrill. His stories affected his master so much that Mahindra started feeling afraid of ghosts and left his present accommodation where he lives. Mahindra was a supervisor in a farm. The nature of his job moved from place to place. He adjusted in all types of dwellings. His servant entertained him with stories. He did not believe in ghosts initially, but after listening to Ishwaran, he too seemed to experience the existence of ghost. Once he was frightened of a ghost that he decided to leave the present accommodation where he was staying. He appears to be a man who can easily give in to fear of things like ghosts. Now, the story was narrated to Ganesh by a young man, Mahinder by name. He was a junior supervisor in a firm which offered on hire supervisors at various many types of construction site, factories, bridges, dams, and so on. Mahindra's job was to keep an eye on the activity at the work site. He had to keep moving from place to place every now and then as he ordered, as it head office from a coal mining area to a railway bridge construction site. From there, after a few months, to a chemical plant which was coming up somewhere. Now the story was narrated to Ganesh by a young man, Mahendra by his name, and he was a junior supervisor in a firm, and his work is to supervise all activities on the construction site, factories, bridges, dams, etc. He had to keep move from one place to every place now, then as ordered by his head office. Now he was his work. His job was a transferable job and he had to move from one place to another. Mahinder, Ishwaran also went with him. He was a bachelor, his needs were simple and he was able to adjust himself to all kinds of odd conditions. In odd conditions, he has to adjust. He was unmarried at time. Whether it was an ill-equipped circuit house of a ill-equipped means lacking facilities, makeshift portable canvas tent in the middle of a stone quarry open mining. Sometimes he has to live in canvas tent. But one asset he had his cook. That was his asset, cook Ishwaran. The cook was quite attached to Mahindra and followed him uncomplaining. He did not complain any time. He also followed him wherever he was posted. He cooked for Mahindra, washed his clothes and chatted away with his master at night. He could weave out endless stories and anecdotes. Interesting stories on varied many subjects. Now, the cook was an asset for him, and he did every work for him, washed his clothes, uh, talked with him, cooked food, etc. And at night he also entertained him by telling him interesting story. Ishwaran also had an amazing, surprising capacity to produce vegetables and cooking ingredients seemingly out of nowhere in the middle of a desolate landscape with no shapes visible for miles around. He would miraculously conjure up, do something with magic. The most delicious, tasty dishes made with fresh vegetable within an hour of arriving at the Jing Street shelter at the new workplace. Whatever, wherever he goes, but he somehow was able to provide for him fresh vegetables and tasty dishes for Mahindra, whatever the condition is. Mahindra would be up early in the morning and leave for work after breakfast, carrying some prepared food with him. Meanwhile, Ishwaran would tidy up the shed, wash the clothes, and have a leisurely bath, pouring several buckets of water over his head, muttering, whispering a prayer all the while. It was their routine work that Mahindra woke up early in the morning. After taking breakfast, he went for his work, and Ishwaran prepared food for him. After that, wash the clothes, tidy up the shed, and take a bath. After that, at that time he also prayed to God, and it would be lunch time. After eating, he would read some story books, Tamil stories, and after that he also described with Mahindra. His own descriptions were greatly influenced by the Tamil authors that he read when he was narrating. Even the smallest of incident, he would try to work in suspense and a surprise ending into an account. For example, instead of saying that he had come across, suppose he had to describe an uprooted tree, he didn't see that he was passing from the road and he saw that uprooted tree. Instead of that, he said, the road was deserted. I was all alone. Suddenly I spotted, I find something that looked like an enormous, very big, bushy beast lying sprawled across the road. I was half inclined that he wanted to return from there because he was afraid. But he came closer to that, and after that he saw that it was a fallen tree, cut tree. Mahindra would stretch himself back in his canvas chair and listen to Ishwaran tales stories uncritically. Whatever he told him, he would listen. The place I come from is famous for timber. Ishwaran would begin now. He started another incident that it was a richly wooded forest all around. The logs are hauled onto lorries by elephants. There are whose money very big, well-fed fish, strong fish. When they turn while even the most experienced Mahabhat is not able to control them. Mahabhat controls the elephant, but most experienced Mahabhat is unable to control them. After this prologue, introductory note would launch into an elaborate anecdote, interesting incident involving an elephant. Now he told him one interesting incident of an elephant when he became became mad what work he did. One day a tusker, a elephant escaped from the timber yard and began to roam about. And it was just like a mad elephant, and it started to jump on the. When he was telling this story, then Ishwaran also became excited, and he also started to do work like a mad elephant. Emulation means doing likewise. The elephant reached the outskirts of our town, breaking the fences. Now it was a mad elephant, so its behave is like a mad person, and it broke the fences like matchsticks. And he also continued. It came into the main road, smashed, broke all the stalls selling fruits, mud boats, and it broke everything whatever came into its path. People came helter and skelter, here and there in panic, afraid. People were afraid. The elephant now entered a school ground. In a school, what is children and teachers? Children were playing, breaking through the brick wall. All the boys ran into the classroom. As soon as they saw the elephant, they ran towards the class and shut the doors tightly. The beast grunted. The beast was wandering here and there, and he destroyed everything, whether it is goalpost, whether it is the volleyball net, the shrubs, everything. Meanwhile, at the same time, the teachers also saw that, and they also climbed up to the terrace of the school building, and they were helpless. They could not do anything, and they were watching the destruction of the elephant, and not a single creature or human beings was on the road, and the street became empty because of an elephant. I was studying in the junior class at that time. Now Ishwaran said that he was studying in the junior class, and he was also watching the whole drama from the rooftop, and he was unable to know what to do. He grabbed a cane from the hands of one of the teachers and ran down the stairs into the open. The elephant grunted menacingly in a threatening manner, swung a branch of a tree which it held in its trunk. जो उसकी ट्रंक में थी उस ब्रांच को उसने हिला दिया. It stamped its feet, kicking up a lot of mud and dust. What is the reaction of that? It started to kick a lot of mud and dust, and it looked afraid. He moved slowly towards it, and a stick was in his hand. Now people were surprised. They were watching, hypnotized as if under a magic spell. The elephant looked at me, red-eyed. It was in anger, ready to rush towards me. It lifted its trunk and trumpeted loudly. At that moment, I moved forward and mustering, gathering all my force, vague means struck heavily. Its third toenail on the quick. The beast looked stunned for a moment, then it shivered from head to foot and collapsed. And after that, it became stunned for a moment, then it started to tremble from head to foot and collapsed. In this way, he described that he was able to control the elephant. So students, you are able to understand this. Thank you, students.